notion that global warming is a satanic mission to undermine Jesus may seem far-fetched to many, but it is a perspective that has been gaining traction in certain circles. This ideology is rooted in a belief that Satan is actively working to disrupt God's plan for humanity, and that environmental degradation is a key component of this effort. Proponents of this view argue that the devil is using global warming as a tool to undermine the teachings of Jesus and destroy the earth, which is seen as God's creation. According to this line of thinking, Satan's goal is to lead humanity away from God and towards a path of destruction and chaos. By promoting environmental degradation and ignoring the warnings of climate change, humans are unwittingly playing into Satan's hands. The increasing frequency and severity of natural disasters, such as hurricanes, wildfires, and droughts, are seen as evidence of Satan's influence on the world. These events are not just random occurrences, but rather a manifestation of the devil's wrath and a warning sign of the impending apocalypse. The Bible is often cited as evidence of this conspiracy, with passages such as Revelation 11:18, which speaks of God's wrath being poured out on those who destroy the earth. Similarly, Isaiah 24:5 and 6 warns of a time when the earth will be desolate and uninhabitable due to humanity's wickedness. These passages are seen as prophetic warnings of the dangers of environmental degradation and the consequences of ignoring God's plan for humanity. Moreover, the push for renewable energy and sustainable practices is often viewed with suspicion by those who subscribe to this ideology. They see efforts to reduce carbon emissions and transition to cleaner energy sources as a satanic plot to control humanity and undermine traditional values. The idea of a global elite working to promote a green agenda is seen as a thinly veiled attempt to impose a new world order, with Satan as the puppet master pulling the strings. The role of science and technology in this narrative is also noteworthy. While many people see scientific research and technological advancements as key tools in the fight against climate change, others view them as instruments of Satan's deception. The idea that humans can harness science and technology to mitigate the effects of climate change is seen as a form of hubris, with humans overstepping the bounds and attempting to play God. This perspective is rooted in a belief that humanity's efforts to combat climate change are ultimately futile, and that only through faith and repentance can we hope to avoid the coming apocalypse. It is worth noting that this perspective is not universally accepted, and many people of faith see environmental stewardship as a key component of their spiritual practice. They argue that caring for the earth is a matter of social justice, and that it is our moral obligation to protect the planet for future generations. This view is rooted in the idea that God created the earth and entrusted it to humanity's care, and that we have a responsibility to be good stewards of the planet. In conclusion, the idea that global warming is a satanic mission to undermine Jesus is a complex and multifaceted perspective that reflects a deep-seated distrust of science, technology, and the environmental movement. While this view may seem extreme to many, it highlights the importance of considering the role of faith and spirituality in shaping our responses to environmental challenges. By engaging with this perspective and exploring its underlying assumptions, we can gain a deeper understanding of the cultural and theological factors that shape our attitudes towards the environment and our place within it. Ultimately, finding common ground and promoting a shared sense of responsibility for the planet may be the key to overcoming the ideological divides that threaten to undermine our collective efforts to address the challenges of climate change.